course, audio is okay. All right, audio is good. All right, guys, we're jumping back into the Dallas Cowboys franchise. We are on part 6, 2025 season. So, I actually went ahead and simulated 2 games off camera. Our first 2 games, we picked up a win on opening day, and we picked up a win against the Chargers. And we, of course, had to make some changes, of course, to the roster because last season, the first year post-Super Bowl, we missed the playoffs. So let's go ahead and take a look at the roster for this season. It looks a little bit different, but we still have a lot of the core players here. It's hard to look at that man's face after last night. On a completely unrelated note, Dak Prescott in the real world of NFL is not a good quarterback right now. He will not lead the Cowboys to a Super Bowl. He will be good enough to get them to the playoffs. But that's it. No more. All right, that's over. But at an 89 overall, and basically based on his overall at 89, in this particular franchise, he's one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. And we did extend him. Then again, it's based off of winning a Super Bowl. He was MVP of that Super Bowl, so of course, we were going to extend him when the time came. He fits our scheme. He's here. Franchise quarterback, award winner. We're rolling with Dak for perceivably the rest of this franchise until we win another championship. We do have a rookie quarterback, though, in Gunnar Stockton. We just needed another quarterback, but also good to get a rookie quarterback in there just in case for some reason maybe Dak doesn't have a very good rest of the season and we can't get back to the playoffs or win a championship. Gunnar Stockton, I'm not saying he's going to be tagged as somebody that we really look at, but he fits our scheme out of South Carolina, and he actually is a real player. I looked him up because the updated rosters actually were up to date. And we also signed Matthew Stafford. You know, this is probably his last year of football, 16 years in the NFL. He's won a championship with the Rams, so he brings some, Super Bowl winning experience also back to the table. Our new running back this season is Aaron Jones, the former Packer, 85 overall. No more Tony Pollard. We had to let him walk. He was getting too expensive, and we needed to find a way to save some money. And we also got Trey Benson entering his second season as our backup running back out of Florida State, and he actually played well in place of Pollard at times last season. Deuce Vaughn is still here, and Malik Davis are still here. Hunter Lipke is still our fullback. CeeDee Lamb, and we got Odell Beckham Jr. So we finally got Odell Beckham Jr. on the Cowboys. It only took, a few more years, but he's here, and he does fit our scheme. So our receiving core is looking about the same as it was with Brandon Cooks, except I think Odell is an upgrade over Cooks. And we got Jacob Cowing, who we drafted a year ago. Jalen Tolbert's still here, so our receiving core is looking solid. Tight ends are really the same. No Peyton Hendershot. We let him walk. But Jake Ferguson is still here. And Schoonmaker is here. Tight ends leave some to be desired. That's our lowest rated skill position on offense. Tyler Smith, we've fully moved him to left tackle because Tyron Smith hasn't been here for the last season. And we're moving on with him. Elijah Wilkinson is somebody who we signed in the offseason. And he basically is going to be tabbed to fill up the left guard spot completely, now vacated since Tyler Smith's going to left tackle. So hopefully Wilkerson can do a good job on the left side. Sim Richards is still here as a backup to him. Tyler Biadasz is still here. We extended his contract. He's up to an 80 overall. Hoffman is still backing him up at center. Zach Martin's still here. How much longer he will be here, I don't know. He could very well retire at the end of the season. And we got Christian Haynes backing him up, a guy we drafted last year out of Connecticut. And Amaris Mims, who was a rookie last year, who did decent job at right tackle. He was our first-round pick last season out of Georgia, so hopefully he can continue to get better. I mean, 6'7", 330, he's a pretty good-looking guy. And Walker Little is a guy that we signed to back him up. Left end, DeMarcus Lawrence is still here. Sean Martin, we drafted to back him up a year ago. Dietrich Wise Jr. is our new right end. He's up to an 80 overall now, so I think that actually was a decent signing. Arkansas, he fits our scheme, so I like that. Sam Williams has basically been demoted. We needed to get better on the right side rushing the passer, so we did that with getting Wise. Mozzie Smith is still here. Hasn't really gotten up to an 80. He hasn't really developed very much in his first 2 years, which is a little bit unfortunate. So defensive tackle is a little bit weak, but Bohan is still here, and we got Ojimo still here. We signed, even though he's injured right now. Micah Parsons is back to his natural position of left outside linebacker, 99 overall. He's our best player. Devin Harper still backing him up. We re-signed Leighton Vander Esch for I think maybe 1 to 2 more seasons, so he's going to be here for a little bit. 85 overall, decent middle linebacker. Not a whole lot that we can find in free agency or the draft that are better than him right now. Overshown is still backing him up, and we got Tyrone Atkinson, who we drafted out of East Carolina, as another middle linebacker for depth. Clark is just on the cusp of getting up to an 80 overall now, so he's been okay as our right outside linebacker. We did sign Zaire Franklin, a 7-year veteran out of Syracuse, to get some more depth on the right side. And George Brown is the guy we drafted a year ago, so hopefully he can develop a little bit more. Diggs is still our number 1 corner. Patrick Peterson we signed. We did give him number 21, just like he, had in Arizona. 79 overall, but this may be his last year of football as well. He's going to be he's a mentor and bridge player at this point. Igbenogson is a rookie we drafted out of Ohio State. He's definitely an upgrade. He was actually our first-round pick. Day 1 starter out of Ohio State, 78 overall. Hopefully he can develop and he can be a good corner on the opposite side of Diggs. Deron Bland is still here, but based on the changes that we made, he's kind of been demoted, but he's still solid. Max Duval is a rookie we drafted out of Houston. He's still here. And Dom Bowles, who's really a practice squad guy, but still. Malik Hooker is still our starting free safety. Marquise Bell backs him up. Kai McKinney, 1-year veteran, is 3rd string. And Donovan Wilson is still our starter, although he's injured right now. So Ashton Davis is having to play a little bit, but we did sign him. He's a 5-year vet out of Cal, so, just a decent backup strong safety. And Jake Elliott is our new kicker, and our new punter is Johnny Hecker. So overall, our team is looking a little bit better than it was last season because we were gutted by the cap our first year post-Super Bowl, so we had to really retool and re-upgrade a lot of things. So now, let's go ahead and simulate to the middle of the season, and let's see where we're at. We got the first game against the Raiders, 2-0 versus 2-0. But hopefully we can win a couple of more games and be at a decent point at the midway point of the season. Because last year, I believe we were like 2-5. So that wasn't good. That definitely put us behind the 8 ball. And unfortunately, we just couldn't recover from that. But with the changes that we've made, we've gotten younger in certain aspects, especially on the offensive line. So hopefully we're better this year than we were last year. But I don't know. It kind of remains to be seen if you ask me. Because the offensive line to me is a little bit shaky in terms of offense that we have. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. But hopefully with Odell paired with CeeDee Lamb, that gives us a lot more durability in terms of, receiving core. It just makes us better. Makes us a better football team. Defensively, there's some holes, but not a whole lot. So hopefully, the young guys that we have and the young guys we drafted last year can continue to develop okay, and we're going to be a better defense this year. Well, we're better this year already. We're 4-3 at the midway point of the season, and we're first place in the NFC East. Beautiful. So, good start to the season. Let's go ahead and delegate the scouting national focus. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the negotiating screen at the midpoint of the season and see which guys we want to consider bringing back for next season. Now, Patrick Peterson may retire. His interest isn't really up there anyway. We picked him up in the post-draft free agent signing, so we'll probably let him walk. Hecker, we can probably replace. There may be another punter out there who's a little bit better than him. Ashton Davis, his interest is not really up there. Stafford's interest is up there for obvious reasons, but he'll probably retire, so I'm not really worrying about him. However, Aaron Jones, I think, is somebody that we need to look at keeping around for another year. So his previous offer wasn't good enough. Neutral deal. So you know what? Let's go with a player-friendly option and see what that does. Happy to continue to play for a great organization. Cool. We still have $71 million left. Okay. Now, Vander Esch, hopefully maybe we can keep him for at least one more season. But let's see. Team-friendly. Let's go with a neutral offer. Keep him 4 more years. Any future deals need to account for my interests not being met here. What? Vander Esch, you're not making sense, buddy. We can always franchise tag him. That's an option. Donovan Wilson, I really want to keep. Let's see about the neutral offer. Excited to sign and play for a great organization. Cool. All right, so we've got Donovan Wilson locked in. All right, Tyler Smith is one of our young guns, and we need to keep him around. I want to keep him for at least 2 more years. Offer's perfect. Can't wait till next year. Great. All right, so he's a young guy who has done well, filling in admirably for the first 4 seasons of his career so far. So we want to honor that. Now, Clark, I'm considering possibly not bringing back and maybe moving on from him. But I think somebody like Wise maybe, and Biotish maybe. There's a lot to consider here. There's a lot we need to think about. Deron Bland, unfortunately, I think is somebody we're just going to have to let go because we're getting younger at corners with that rookie we drafted out of Ohio State. Trayvon Diggs is still locked in for a year or 2, so we're kind of going to go with that for the future. But Biotish, I think, is somebody that I want to keep for maybe a couple more years if we can. Happy? All right, great. Perfect. So we got Biotish to stay for a little while longer. That's good. He's still young. I don't want to really invest in guys that are getting up there in age. So, Wise at 31, getting up there in age. Clark, 25. He's still young and he fits our scheme, but I feel like maybe we can get a better right outside linebacker to really permanently replace him. Now, Ferguson has done well so far, but I feel like we might need to bring in a real game changer at tight end who fits our scheme. Just somebody who's just better. And Shoemaker is not too far behind him in terms of overall. So, just got to consider that. And I think a lot of the rest of these guys I really brought in as kind of bridge players. Wilkinson I may consider bringing back. But a lot of these other guys, yeah, I'm probably going to let them hit the market. So yeah. Okay. So Van Der Esch may be a franchise tag guy, but I don't know. We'll see kind of what transpires with that. Let's answer the media question, and let's see what they've got to say. Leighton Van Der Esch is in the final year. I'm not sure how far apart we are, but he's going to be part of this team one way or another. Have a price that leaves worthy, but he's not budging. We're not going to bid against ourselves. That's kind of the approach that we're going with, because in the end, Van Der Esch in this particular franchise hasn't really been nicked up with injuries like in real life, but he is getting along in the tooth at 29 years old to a certain extent, and with the injury history that he has prior to this. So I do think it is something to consider in the long run. Okay, so let's continue to advance week by week and see what happens. Pardon me if you hear a lot of noise. On Mondays at my apartment complex, the groundskeepers mow the grass and everything, so they're using the mowers. Okay, so we picked up another win against the Saints. We won by 3. We are in a bye week this week, so we can't. So the only thing we can do is kind of get back to some of the negotiating with players. And CeeDee Lamb is up to a 93. How about that? He's developed very well. So you love to see that. All right, let's see about Van Der Esch now for this week. Let's actually leave Van Der Esch alone. We'll come back to him later when we want to consider bringing him back. First, just because we're going to let Clark go, I might want to consider bringing back Franklin, maybe just for like 1 more year to be a bridge kind of guy, so that way we can kind of keep that vacancy filled a little bit, if you know what I mean. All right. Alrighty then. So we'll not do any negotiations this week. We'll go ahead and answer the next media question that we have. Let's see what Coachman has to say. At the midway point, you're off to a good spot. How far do you think this team can go? I believe that we're going. Dangerous game to start looking ahead. So right now, this guy just needs to worry about winning each week. I'm going to go with that. I know it kind of dips the morale a little bit, but hey, we're still going week by week because we're better this year. But at 5-3, leading the division, we can't slip up too much because the Eagles at 3-4, we're not just running away with this division yet. We still got a long ways to go. We got to win the division, get to the playoffs, and then we can start thinking about a Super Bowl championship run. So 1 game at a time, 1 week at a time, that's what we're doing with the approach for this season. All right, so we've gotten through the bye week, and we got a divisional game coming up against the Commanders. So that's what we've got for this week. Let's go back to the negotiating screen and let's see if we can start negotiating with, I think, Franklin. Yeah, Franklin was who I was considering seeing if we could bring back. Mostly to just kind of be a bridge guy. Let's see. One more year. Can you give us one more year? Offers perfect. Can't wait for next year. Okay, so Franklin will be back for one more season. So that's nice because I think we're doing that so that way we can let Damon Clark walk, but we don't have a complete vacancy at right outside linebacker. And Franklin is still at a 73, so he's a solid guy, but I think right outside linebacker is a position we may look to fill in the draft and get better there. Now, Sam Williams is somebody who really hasn't developed like we've kind of, I guess you can say, really liked very much, and his interest really isn't up there. So you know what? Let's consider bringing back Wise for just one more season and letting Williams walk away. So offers perfect for Wise. He can't wait for next season, so that's great. So Sam Williams is going to go ahead and depart. His interest isn't even really up there because we've basically demoted him with bringing in Wise. So he's going to go walk away. And Walker Little, we're going to let walk. Wilkinson, we're going to bring him back when we get a chance to negotiate with him. And the rest of these guys, Hunter Lepke, I'm actually going to try to bring back. Hopefully he's not going to ask for a whole lot of money, and we can get him back for maybe, at least two more seasons. But before we do all that, we got to worry about the Washington Commanders this week. They got a 94 overall Terry McLaurin. He's their top player. Hopefully we can get a big divisional win this week because, wins in the division are critical in the NFC East. So, got to take care of business. We'll probably slip up a few points this season, but, oh my goodness, and we slipped up bad. We lost 49-7. We lost by 42 points to the Commanders. Oh my goodness. Well, that's a bad loss, especially considering the fact the Commanders have a 4-5 record, so they're worse than us by a decent margin. So, yeah, that's a bad loss. And the Packers are 7-3. So I don't know if Jordan Love is still their quarterback, but they've definitely found a way to turn things around ever since they traded Aaron Rodgers. It looks like now. So that's a bit of a daunting matchup right there with Green Bay. So wow. All right. Well, hopefully we don't slip back to 500 with a loss here, but this is a tough matchup. This probably might be the best team in the NFC. So this is a test to see what kind of team we are. And we passed. We won by 3 points. So we won a big game against the Packers. Unfortunately, because of the slip up, the Eagles are now tied with us for first place in the division. It's 6-4. So we got a little bit of a dogfight to win the NFC East this year. At least we're in contention for the division. We're not hopelessly playing from behind trying to get back. So we're doing okay. Let's answer this media question here. You've got an opponent that you know well coming into your house at a time you're both playing at a high level. What do you expect it to be like out there? Expect us to win. I do. Because we're facing off against the Eagles this week in a big-time matchup. This game could decide who wins the division. And in Week 12, that's hard to say, but it is. And I think it's actually Thanksgiving week, so I think this is our Thanksgiving matchup because it's Week 12, so I think this is our Thanksgiving Day matchup against the Eagles on a big solo stage, so hopefully we can get a win. I didn't really check injuries to this point, but I'm sure we're okay. And we got the win over Philadelphia by 8. So we've re-secured control of the division. We've knocked the Eagles down to 6-5. We're 7-4. We got the 5-6 Seahawks this week. So they're decently good, but it looks like they're struggling with the Niners to, win the NFC West. So fully expected. So let me actually check at the injury report here and see if we have any guys hurt. I don't think we do, but let's see. Nope, got no injuries. All right, cool. Got no injuries. We're fine for Week 13 against Seattle. View Weekly Awards. I guess we might have had some award winners this week. Dak Prescott won NFC Offensive Player of the Week. 313 passing yards, 4 passing touchdowns, 1 pick. He was sacked once, 4 carries, 18 rushing yards, and a big win. So Prescott played well in a game that we needed to win, so love to see that. give us a chance to, fight our way to winning the division again and hopefully get back to get in playoff contention. Let's check out the playoff picture. So we are definitely in the playoff picture because we are leading the NFC East. And right now we'd be projected to play the Eagles, Bears, and the Rams, Cardinals, and the Packers. And the Falcons are the best team in the NFC. Wow, so they would have the bye right now if the season ended. So that's pretty interesting. I don't think a whole lot of... Let's actually kind of wait until the very last week of the season to do negotiating, because that's when all of kind of the lower-end players we're looking at bringing back for depth reasons or bridge purposes will be available to negotiate with them. Well, unfortunately, we dropped a game against Seattle, but fortunately for us, the Eagles also lost, so we're still one game above them in the division, but we actually have 2 new injuries. And when this usually pops up, it means we got key ones. So Damon Clark has a fractured shoulder blade, and he's out for 8 weeks. Ugh, not good. And Bohanna is out for 1 week with a ruptured disc. That sounds like an injury that would be longer than just 1 week. Well, with Clark, I don't think putting him on IR would be the best idea right now because we could still use him for the playoffs. Right now, let me check who would be starting in his place. I think it would be Franklin, right? Zaire Franklin would be starting in his place if he's out. It should be Franklin. Yeah, Franklin would be starting in his place. I like that, but let me go to the free agent pool and see if there's anybody that is in the high 70s who we could bring in just to help during this stretch for 8 weeks as we get into the playoffs, while we're struggling, All right. Well, there's a lot of running backs that are available, but yeah. Everybody else is in the low 70s. The highest rated right outside linebacker on the market right now is Kyle Van Noy. He does fit our scheme. 71 overall, but I don't think there's too much of an upgrade with Zaire Franklin. But you know what? Maybe just for a little bit more depth help, let's go ahead and sign him. And he fits our scheme too. Let's just get him to get some veteran help over there. Does this mean we have to cut a player? I think it does. Or we have to designate somebody to a practice squad. Yes, we have to cut 1 player. So, yeah. With getting Van Noy in here, we're going to have to cut somebody or demote them to the practice squad. Don't want to recommend. Yeah, there's a lot of players that are going to recommend we don't recommend cutting, so. I don't really know who we can cut or put on practice. Well, we probably can't put anybody on practice squad because it's all full. All right. Ricky Atkinson. Result, you may not see an increase. Yeah, let's go ahead and cut Bowles. We'll get rid of him. So let me see what Van Noy's number is now, because I know he can't wear 8 because 8 is retired by Troy Aikman. I don't want to have him be rocking Troy Aikman's number. That's stupid. I mean, Franklin is rated higher, but bringing in Van Noy, I think will help out just for the time being, because actually Van Noy is up to a 72 so far this season. So bringing him in, I think will just help out. I think, what number did he wore? I think he wore number 50. I think he's still a free agent. With the Patriots, didn't he wear 53? Yeah, okay, he wore 53 in New England. Let's see if we can give him 53. Give him his own number back. All right, cool. All right, 53 is available. So we went ahead and gave Kyle Van Noy his old number back in New England. He does fit our scheme too, so that kind of makes me think that, maybe... No. We already signed Franklin for another season, so... bringing in Van Noy is just somebody to help for depth reasons and veteran leadership back there, especially with Clark, who was doing very well this season, being out for 8 weeks. You know, I just don't feel like that. I just don't want to leave us too vulnerable, if you will. So Trevor Lawrence is a Detroit Lion now. Okay, well, he's up to an 88, but the Lions are 2-10, so they're bad. We cannot afford to lose this game to the 2-10 Lions. They might be the worst team in the NFL, so we can't lose to these guys. And good thing we don't, but we only win by 3 points. But we did win, and we're up to 8-5. The Eagles won though, so they're still trailing us by 1 game. But fortunately, we're keeping decent pace. The Bears were the team that the Bears were a great team last year, but they've slipped back a little bit this season, it looks like. They're 7-6, so they've kind of slipped back just a touch, but they still have a 99 overall Nick Bosa. Bosa went from San Francisco to them after the first year of the rebuild of this franchise, so he's changed life in Chicago, and they got a new Monsters of the Midway thing going down there, so they're one of the teams to beat in the NFL now. So this could be a tough game, and it could be a loss. Week 15, you know, you got to be playing your best football towards the end of the season if you want to be streaking into the playoffs. And you know, even though Chicago's a good team, losing this game could, you know, hurt just a bit. But we get work done. We beat the Bears, and the Eagles lost. So not completely ruling everything out, but if we're able to maybe win against the 3-11 Dolphins, wow, they are having a terrible season. They must have a bunch of people, like Tyreek Hill must be out for the season. They still have Jalen Ramsey, though. He's 96, but the Dolphins are terrible. If we can beat the 3-11 Dolphins, we might all but wrap up the NFC East with a win this week, which would be huge. Getting ready for the playoffs, and you know, we can maybe rest guys in week 17 and 18, but based on this, I don't think there's a I mean then again, if the Eagles win out and we lose out, then they could one-hop us in the division, but I mean, we can't lose out, but let's simulate this game against the 3-11 Dolphins and see what happens. We're 9-6, they're 3-11, they're not going to the playoffs. Hopefully, we do not lose this game. We can't lose this one. And we don't. We blow out Miami at home. We win 42-6. And the Eagles, it looks like they did win, but we're still 2 games above them. So let's go ahead and take a look at the playoff picture, and let's see what we're looking like. Well, the Eagles are still in the playoff hunt, but they're barely clinging to life right now because they've slipped back a little bit by 2 games. We right now would play Chicago as a wild card. Well, you know, because there's only one wild card team every year. So the Cardinals and Rams are still good. The Packers have still been the best team in the NFC, it looks like, all year. Or the Falcons, actually. They were, but the Falcons have slipped back a little bit. They've slipped back all the way to the 4th seed. So they would play the Eagles. So the Eagles are still in playoff contention. But barring anything crazy in the next 2 weeks, because let's see, if we were to lose out, that would put us at 10-7. If they were to win out, it put them at 10-7. But I think we would own, but I think we own the tiebreaker, so we would probably still win the division even if we lost out. But I mean, I'd like to just go ahead and take care of these wins anyway, and get us into the playoffs on a hot streak, because we're doing way better this season as opposed to last year. The biggest thing this year is it looks like all of the changes that we made during the offseason with getting younger, getting some off the cap, bringing in some new players like Aaron Jones at the skill positions, it looks like that has really paid off. We also, another thing I forgot to show you guys is that we have a new defensive coordinator, actually. Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera has been our new defensive coordinator this season, and so far it has paid off huge for us. So that's been big, getting Ron Rivera as our defensive coordinator. And fortunately, a lot of the players we had before fit the scheme that he wants to run with Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence. So that's paid off really big for us. So we're 10-5, and we got a game against the 5-10 Giants. They're last place in the NFC East right now, and they're not doing anything this season. So hopefully this isn't some trap game loss that we just completely overlook the Giants and we take care of business. Some of the games against like lower end teams, we've kind of blown them out. So hopefully, okay, well it wasn't a blowout, but we did win by 6, so that's good. Unfortunately, we got another new injury. Who's hurt now? Hopefully it isn't somebody huge. Well, Clark is still out for 4 weeks. Odell is out. He has an abdominal tear. Well, he's only out for 3 weeks, so he's definitely going to miss the last game of the regular season against the Chiefs. And he'll also miss, I guess, the first 2 playoff games. But, you know, we've been doing okay, if you ask me. But we've been doing well this season, even while, you know, we still have Gallup and we still have Lamb. Okay, and Lamb's up to a 93, so he's developed pretty well. So I'm not really too concerned. How about this for a final game of the regular season? We got a non-divisional game against the 12-4 Chiefs. Probably the best team in the AFC. Let's take a look at the playoff picture heading into the final week. So we've all but wrapped up the division. We would be playing the Eagles in the wild card round if we were to take care of business. And the Chiefs are the best team in the AFC. So Patriots, Bengals, Ravens, Bills, Texans, and the Raiders. So I guess the Texans' moves have finally paid off. And right now the Rams actually have one hop the Packers. They've slipped back to the 4th seed. Falcons are at the 3rd seed now. And the Buccaneers have slipped into the playoff picture. So the Rams right now are leading the NFC. So if we beat the Eagles, we would be facing off against them. So, interesting. Very interesting. All right, so let's go to the negotiating and let's see players ready to negotiate because we're in the final week of the regular season. Let's go ahead and see if we can get some of these lower-end guys that we were interested in re-signing into some contracts. All right, Hunter Lipke, let's bring you back for one more season if we can. I've got my interests and my financials in mind. The situation doesn't align on either. Okay, then, I'm sorry. If you're going to demand that kind of money, being a fullback at 67 overall, I don't think we have any room for you, sir. So sorry about that. So Devin Harper, we're going to let walk, even though he wants to come back, backing up Micah, but unfortunately, no. Elijah Wilkinson, can we bring you back for one more season? Excited? Great. Perfect. We have $27 million left, which isn't a whole lot to do anything with the main free agency time. So I think this is it. Everybody else is going to go ahead and kind of walk away. I mean, Van Der Esch, I'd like to keep back, but you know what? It might be tough. It might be tough to maintain him. We'll kind of worry about that when we get kind of towards the main off season. All right. So I think if we lose this game against the Chiefs, it's not a big deal. If we win, you know, that'd be great. It put us at 12-5, which is what we were a couple of seasons back. But if we lose, it's okay. We actually beat the Chiefs. Wow, so we beat the Chiefs by 21 points, and I assume everybody played. So we are definitely streaking into the playoffs at 12-5. We're one of the best teams in the NFC, so that's been big for us. Let's go to Rivera's tree here because I want to get him some development points here. It's locked. There we go. All right, so we've done some good upgrades there. So that's big. Rivera is continuing to get a lot of good development because we had to give him all his points back because he basically he went from a head coach to now a defensive coordinator. So it's kind of a little bit of a demotion, if you call it, but still. All right. Deuce Vaughn's been upgraded a little bit. Got a wild card game. All right. So we actually have got. So let's go ahead and advance to the wild card round. Let's get ready for the playoffs. So we missed out on the playoffs last year. We were able to retool. We're a better team this season, and we are in the playoffs. And our first wild card matchup is against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And we are facing them off at home. So now we got to go in the playoffs and we got to do business. Could this be marking the end of this franchise? It could. If we win another Super Bowl, then I've accomplished what I set out to do when I took over as general manager to start the 2023 season. I've been able to retool, and I've been able to get this team a Super Bowl, but now let's go and get another one. And the journey begins at home against the Bucs. So let's go ahead and make sure the uniforms are all set. Wait, what the? Hold on. What is that? Why are they wearing the current home? '2000s helmet. An alternate helmet. Current alternate classic. Current helmet. They must have changed their uniforms or something. I don't know. I guess Tampa Bay changed their uniforms, which is basically they're having the throwback helmet be their main helmet, which is pretty weird. So this is going to look like a pretty weird game, but whatever. So here we go. First round playoff matchup. Playing the Bucs.
Today, from AT&T Stadium.
I apologize. This is the divisional matchup. It's actually not the wild card round. So we must have had a bye.
It's the NFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports.
We must have gotten the #1 seed somehow. We got a divisional matchup against the Bucs. So here we go. Got to start fast.
And we drop you in here under the lights. First drive of the contest.
Start fast. We're a little bit of a different team, but overall we have a lot of the same big names. Let's go ahead and roll out with Dak. There we go. Juke him out of his sneakers. Oh!
Stripped, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they will set up shop in enemy territory.
That was my fault, okay? Dak, buddy. That was not your fault. I got way too cocky, and I did something that I shouldn't have done. Before,
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys.
But fortunately, the Bucs didn't do anything with the turnover.
Ball security. Talk about it all.
Dodged a bullet, but not off to an ideal start in the playoffs. But Dak's going to roll out, and he's going to find Jake Ferguson for our first down of the night. Big time play right there. Got to run the football with Aaron Jones, the former Packer. He's used to some big playoff matchups, but doing it in his home state of Texas, the former UTEP Minor gains 6 yards. Let's go. Hey, McCarthy drafted Aaron Jones. He knows what he's capable of. Bringing him back, giving him some familiarity with his old coach. Love to see that. There we go. Aaron Jones has never won a Super Bowl either. He's gotten close with Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, but not quite there yet. All right, let's go. Lamb, make that catch. Go up the middle. There we go. First down, Dallas. He's got 3 of 3. Oh, you're coming up? All right, first audible to this play. Here we go. Nice throw to Gallup. Another quick first down.
All the way down to the 9. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game.
The young guy Cowling. That catch. All right, and we're down to about maybe the 2-yard line. Let's see if we can pound it in here with Jones. Aaron Jones is into the end zone for our first touchdown. Let's go.
So they brought the extra.
All right. So we're on defense here. Got them in a 3rd down and 7. I don't know who this is at quarterback.
In the second quarter.
The Bucs have probably changed up a lot with their team over the last few seasons.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, and it's knocked away by Van Der Esch. Bringing up 4th down. Nice job, D. Okay, so we got a 3rd down and 7 of our own here. Trying to get some more points.
Already down on the scoreboard, just trying to get the ball back to their offense. To the air again, Prescott.
Let's go up. Oh my goodness, I probably should have just dumped it off or something. I tried to go past Vita Vea, but it didn't work. Thought he could get past him. Nope. We'll go ahead and settle for the 44-yard.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. This from 44 yards away.
Come on, Jake.
The kick by
Jake Elliott kicks the field goal. The former Eagle turned Cowboy, puts us up 10-0. And we're doing pretty well against the Bucs to start out this playoff matchup. But unfortunately, the Bucs came back and they scored. So now we got to play ball towards the end of the first half.
Even on the clock. The offense with the ball on their
put together a nice 2-minute drill.
We'll see.
Meanwhile, Dallas goes down. No huddle here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Prescott now. Flushed out right.
Let's roll out with Dak. Let's get a few decent yards there. So now it brings up 2nd and 2. He was able to get out of bounds, which I liked. This may be a little bit risky, but I'm going to try the screen pass with Jones. See if he can bust loose for a decent game.
Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones.
And he got out of bounds, saved some more of that clock. That's good.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Let's go with stick play here.
Here's Prescott.
There we go, Lamb.
And this one quickly.
1st down.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And the offense moving quickly to the line. He sets up the screen.
They were kind of more ready for this screen pass. But Aaron Jones still got 7 yards and got out of bounds. So that's good. We've been able to conserve pretty much all of our timeouts here. So you know what? Let's actually catch him off guard if we can. Let's go with a draw play on 2nd down and 3. And that one worked out. And Jones is in for touchdown number 2 of the day. There we go. We didn't even use any of our timeouts on that drive. So that was a big score there.
Second touchdown here.
Aaron Jones so far is having a great playoff game. But the Bucs come back. We are in the 3rd quarter now, so we still got to keep the pressure on them. But we're back in the red zone, up by 3. Let's get this lead back to double digits and keep the pressure on Tampa Bay. And Aaron Jones says, I will do that, and he gets the 1st down inside the 5-yard line again.
53 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdowns.
Run it again to Jones.
Now Jones.
Aaron Jones, it's your day. Powers his way in for his 3rd rushing touchdown.
Aaron Jones saving his best for the...
An outstanding job with the running game tonight. It's all there. Okay, so the Bucs are continuing to fight. We got them in a 1st down, but they're driving.
They need to hold on and hopefully yield no more than a field goal.
There we go. That tackle. There we go.
And trying to push forward,
nice tackle
but he is
by
going to be stepped
Bohanna.
up in the backfield. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We got a 2nd down and 11 here. Still a lot of time left in this one. Oh man, and Mike Evans got loose for the 1st.
And the Bucs are going to have a 1st
Allard?
and goal as he'll be
I guess that's that quarterback's name. He must be a rookie or
line.
something.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in
Well,
some tight spots all game.
we've got our backs against the wall here on defense.
A lot of people call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as...
Power way. Get him, Micah. Get him. Get him. Oh, that wasn't even Micah. That was... How do you not turn around and go get the ball?
Tampa Bay keeps the possession.
That was wise, actually. I thought that was Parsons.
Trailing here in the second half.
Okay, well, at least that sack forced it into a long 2nd down and goal, but still, that was not what I want to have happen when we get them backed up like that. I mean, we caused the fumble. Go pick it up.
Able to get 9 out of that pitch and
They were able
catch,
to get
but now
9 of those
3rd
yards
and goal.
back.
I know
So
sometimes
that's
we can get
big.
forward
Let's go
with
with a
watching
sky
big
press.
catches. We just saw
Want some
him do
coverage
that
back there.
because
as much as we
looks
can
like a
get.
wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240.
There we go. Make that tackle.
Yeah,
All right.
not super huge.
Good. So we
Maybe
were
not
able to hold
counted on
them.
be that inline
They'll probably go
point
for the
of
field goal
attack
here
blocker
just
that we
to
used
tie
have in
it.
the good old days.
But that's better than us giving up 7. And they were pretty close. That sack fumble that didn't turn into a fumble recovery by us was pretty big. So we're still in a little bit of a dogfight here against the Bucs. We're going to have a drive where we are just methodical and we can find a way to finish this thing off.
And as a fan of the NFL,
that's the biggest thing. We just got to finish
this divisional round matchup. Tie game, fourth quarter.
Roll out, Dak. If it's wide open, you just take it. You run and get out of bounds for your health. Dak almost got the first, I think.
Quite to the 35.
We're at the 2-minute mark.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here.
So we're already getting close to field goal range for Elliott. I think he kicked like a 65-yarder at one point in his career, so this is kind of in his range. Tampa Bay may start using the timeouts here, but I don't know. We can afford to run the ball just maybe a little bit more here, but I still want to make sure that these runs are getting yards. Oh, and Aaron Jones that picks up a big first down right there. And that's forced the Bucs to call their first timeout. All right, so they're going to use those up now.
And they'll be disappointed to have to
I don't really want to go with
any
any read option plays. I really want to kind of just play old school smash mouth football with Aaron Jones. Let's kill a lot of the clock. And find a way to get this into field goal range so we can.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 1:25 left to go in the contest.
Okay, all right, so we're still good.
Here we go.
So we have 1:25 left. Just keep running it.
Up the middle, Jones. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's, I think, the Bucs' second timeout they've spent.
The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout.
Oh, no, that is their last timeout.
As they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming
I mean, we could be a little bit selfish and go for 7 here and really put the pressure on them. But let's run it and try to get the 7 as opposed to passing it. Okay, all right. Well, it's third down and goal here.
Quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you, their coaches and the other players screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up the fourth one.
We're just going to have to run it because I want to not lead Tampa Bay with a lot of time. If we, can't get this, get in the end zone. 50, we're going to snap it at about 5 seconds and see what happens on the play.
Just didn't get there.
From the 4 now, 3rd and goal.
Jones, get out there. Yes! Touchdown. 4 for Aaron Jones in the playoffs. Let's go.
This is the time of game.
Well, that's big because now they got no timeouts left, and they got only 37 seconds to get down the field and score just to tie it up. So that was a big touchdown. Aaron Jones, this is his game. This is the Aaron Jones game. It's put in NFL history as that. And DeMarcus Lawrence gets the huge sack. That is definitely going to put them behind the 8 ball big time. There we go. Ooh, Overshown came in with the smack.
And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now 3rd down as the clock runs.
Oh, and that wasn't even close. So we're going to hold on to win against the Bucs. It was a tough matchup, but we win by 7, and we're heading to the NFC Championship game for the second time in 3 years.
Championship. And now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been
Aaron
one
Jones
game at a time.
is a major difference, getting him in the offseason to really fill the role as our new starting running back, and he's played very well.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis,
we win the divisional matchup against the Bucs. They played better from really the second from the second quarter on, but we were able to get the win, so that was big. And we're going to the NFC Championship game. Let's see who we've got. Big win. All right, well, we're facing the Atlanta Falcons in the NFC Championship game, and we're playing this championship game at home, and we've got a chance to go back to the Super Bowl. We've made all the changes that we needed in between the first Super Bowl and this season. We've had to let go of a lot of veteran players who were a part of that Super Bowl team, but we're back here trying to win championship number 7. I think if we win championship number 7, let me actually do a little bit of Google search here. So we have won. So the Patriots have won 6 Super Bowls, and the Steelers have won 6. So we've won 6. So if we get to the Super Bowl and win it, we will have won the most Super Bowls of any team in the NFL. If that happens, I've done my job with the Dallas Cowboys for Madden 24. That is a fact. So here we go. Let's take a look at the playoff bracket, actually. Let's see kind of how everything shaped up. All right, well, the Falcons beat the Bears. The Bucs upset the Packers. So, wow. So, the Bucs upset the Packers. So we just played them. So, they must be a way better team than Green Bay. And the Rams beat the Eagles. So, the Falcons beat the Rams. We beat the Bucs. So, we got to play the Falcons. On the AFC side, the Ravens beat the Bills. The Patriots beat the Raiders. Texans beat the Bengals. The Texans upset the Chiefs. And the Patriots upset the Ravens. So it's Patriots-Texans in the AFC Championship and Cowboys-Falcons in the NFC Championship. So we're either going to get an all-Texas Super Bowl. So if we win, we're either going to get an all-Texas Super Bowl, or we're going to get a matchup between 2 teams who have won 6 Super Bowls, and it'll be the battle for the most Super Bowls in the history of the NFL. Oh my goodness, I couldn't have scripted this any better. Whew. Wow. All right, guys, that's got me hyped up. But before we do any of that, we gotta beat the Falcons, and we gotta get back to the Super Bowl. So here we go. The NFC Championship game against the Dirty Birds in our place. We got a chance to go back to the Super Bowl and win it, and cement our place in history of a franchise as having won the most Super Bowls in NFL history. But we got to go through the Falcons and the Texans or Patriots to do it. So here we go. Yeah, the first Super Bowl run was pretty good. We beat the Jets and Aaron Rodgers, but this Super Bowl will probably be sweeter because we were able to I was able to retool the team, really kind of rebuild them in a sense, based off of a lot of the veteran players we've lost, but we've made changes and we're back with a chance to go back to the big show.
From AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas.
And the Falcons are no joke, so we're not going to consider them a pushover of any kind. All right. So the Falcons got the ball first. We got them in a 3rd down and 10, but they've driven the ball pretty well against us.
Check in on us. We've got a 3rd down situation looming. Ritter throwing on 3rd down.
Oh my goodness, Ritter! What are you doing?
He's taken down.
Wow, Ritter with a great throw to I don't know who that is.
They're able to convert on 3rd.
So wow, we let up a pretty big play on 3rd down right there. Well, we got them in a 1st down and goal. But let's not bring the house just yet.
Ritter now. Over the middle, he's got Chenault. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Chenault, I think. Excuse me.
Going play action. Ritter.
Come on, get in there. Sack him. No way. That's not a catch at all. All right, 3rd down.
No receivers open downfield, so instead of forcing the ball to the sideline,
let's go cover 2-man here.
He'd rather have the incompletion than the turnover.
Oh, no, Ritter. Incomplete. All right, so we hold on 3rd down, forcing a field goal.
So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons.
Not the best scenario we could have had with their opening drive on defense, but still.
And the Falcons are out to
it's only a field goal
advantage.
All right. So we didn't do anything on
this defense already looking at a deficit on the scoreboard, but now what can they design here to disrupt this third down play? Ritter. Throw left side, going to be caught by Chenault. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 13-yard line.
I'm concerned, y'all. This is not going to be as easy of a matchup as I thought it would be. So the Falcons unfortunately scored. But we're back on offense and we're doing better here. We got a field goal. Hold on, what's going on? Okay, all right. I don't know what was going on there. Okay.
After the field goal,
we're down by. Well, we scored a field goal, but we're down by 7. Maybe just have to play the rest of the game normal. I don't know how it got out of the moments.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
This could actually be helpful.
About set to begin their next
possession by possession, play by play. Try to win this game.
Drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last
Sack him. Let's go. All right, let's stop messing around and let's get these boys out of here.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Down in 20.
And some room for him there as
a lot of plays designed to pick up this 15.
The Falcons on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be third and forever.
Pick it.
And that is incomplete.
No! Oh my God!
This could be a first down.
Oh! On the rookie, Davison. Come on.
Cooper there a little too close.
Chance to get off the field and we blow it. That's exactly the kind of discipline that I saw last night against the Niners.
And in this case, he created another pass interference call.
The Ritter's throw into the hands of the receiver, Chenault. And he gets this.
But why not? I mean, we're down 7 points. We haven't scored a touchdown yet. They score again, we're going to be down double digits.
Ritter from the gun. Short throw caught by Pitts.
No, he doesn't.
And a
5-yard
gain gets him to the 42.
Let's go.
Here's third and a few inches. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
I want to get the ball back
on the play there. The drive will continue. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Back to Robinson now on first down. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
All right, and we're down to the 2-minute warning here. Second quarter.
A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Ritter located his running back, Robinson, and he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Ritter to throw it.
Ah, he still caught it. Anderesh was right there. At least he was right there to make the tackle. We're getting sliced and diced on this drive. We forced him into like 3rd and shorts, but
here's Ritter. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Picked apart by Desmond Ritter, though.
Ritter. He's got the connect.
Fumble, get it! Let's go! Let's go, Micah! Run! 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 Don't run out of gas! Don't run out of gas! Keep going, keep going, keep going! Yeah! Touchdown! Oh my goodness. Play of the day made by the best defensive player in the National Football League. That was Overshown with the hit. Overshown, I came in with the hit stick, perfect, clean hit, drops the ball, we pick it up, run it back for 6 with Micah.
The defense, though, they're not about to just fall on a fumble.
Oh, beautiful.
Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Elliott good on the
oh my goodness, that was huge. Game-changing play right there. We tie this thing up at 10.
But then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Now I think we can kind of regroup a little bit. We got more confidence now. We're feeling a little bit better.
For their next drive.
Falcons still got a chance to get more points. Get them off the field, guys.
Maybe try and come up with a
Ooh, Ritter's rattled now. Hopefully just a little bit. That's an incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Ritter will set up to throw it.
Okay, he did catch it barely, but Overshown was right there in the middle.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
3rd and 7.
Ritter back to throw.
Incomplete. Well, unfortunately, there's only 9 seconds left, so I don't really think we'll be able to do very much. But tying up the game with that fumble recovery for a touchdown was massive for the second half. Peterson can't get a good return, but it's okay. All right, well, we're going into the half with a score tied at 10.
Championship as we send you on over to
so we got one more half to go.
And our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach.
Back to the Super Bowl.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's look back to the AFC Championship game held earlier today. And it is the Houston Texans are heading to the Super Bowl as they await the winner of this NFC Championship game.
So the Texans beat the Patriots, so that's who we're going to be facing in the Super Bowl if we win.
Let's get you right back out for the second half, as one of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl.
All right. One more half, and we get the ball to start the second half. Let's go down the field and let's take care of business. One more half.
Now underway in the NFC Championship game. This taken in right around the goal line.
The old man Patrick Peterson gets up to the 35. That's where we begin our journey.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted all the time.
Nice out route. Dak in the offense really didn't like they got going. Like they just flat out couldn't get going in the first half. So we got some making up to do.
Miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Odell is back for this playoff game. Let's get the ball in his hands. There we go. First down back.
Slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Get you another
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. On 1st and 10, Prescott got his man there.
Gallup.
To Gallup. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. This 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, a give to Jones.
Ooh, Jones got popped, but he got 3, so now it puts us in third and manageable. So let's give it to him again.
So they just need 1 yard here.
Yep, 35-14. Texans are going to the Super Bowl. Their first ever Super Bowl, so we're not going to face the Patriots, but hey, you know what? Actually, I shouldn't even be talking about that. We're only tied with 10 against these Falcons, so we got to get in the end zone. The offense hasn't scored any touchdowns.
First and 10. Gallup in motion right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead
Vincent couldn't get loose. He only got 1 yard.
Jeff Okudah up from his cornerback spot to make the play. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now Prescott. Able to hit his target land.
Nice first down grab.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 22-yard line. The give is to Jones. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's
putting together a pretty solid drive here. We're eating up a lot of this third quarter, but we just
looking to throw. Prescott.
Keep it up.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
Lamb inside the 5. Got a first and goal set. Benson in the game, replacing Jones. And Benson is in for our first touchdown of the game offense. Perfect. That's just what we needed to start the second half. We needed to answer with a touchdown drive of our own.
Touchdown run. And the Cowboys have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Right, now that's going to put a lot of pressure back on the Falcons.
PAT, and that makes it a 17-10 score.
Let me see. Let's see. Super Sam. Fast forward the game. Let me see. Jump forward. Change of possession. First down. First 20. Second down. 3rd and 6. Incomplete pass. .56-yard field goal by Elliott. I'm in the 4th quarter now. Falcons down by 10, and they're trying to drive, but we're in for another touchdown. 3-yard run by Aaron Jones, and we're up by 28. 28 to 10. 4 minutes to go. So fortunately, we've been able to survive this blow that the Falcons have had. So, you know. It's been big. Amari Cooper's on the Falcons? Holy cow. Well, Amari, I don't think you're going to get revenge today, sir. And that's it. We're going to the Super Bowl.
They are going back to the Super Bowl as we sign off and say
had to take over a little bit, but you know what, guys? This was a tough one in the beginning. It was a tough one for the start of the second half. It really was. But we took that opening second half drive, and we took it right down the field and scored. And that was really the beginning of the end for the Falcons. So we took care of business, and we're going back to the Super Bowl. And we're going to play the Houston Texans. We got an all-Texas Super Bowl. This is huge for the state and for us and everybody. We won it 2 years ago. We got a chance to do it again. Now it's time to go to work. We've had a heck of a season. It's Pro Bowl week, but that doesn't matter because we don't have anybody who's going to be playing in the Pro Bowl because we're playing the Super Bowl. So let's advance to next week and get ready for the Super Bowl against the Texans. I imagine C.J. Stroud has developed pretty nicely for them, so this is going to be a tough matchup. They got a good guy in Will Anderson as well, so I guess a lot of those players they drafted have paid off. Dameon Pierce is their highest-rated player at 89? Really? Oh, okay. Well, first of all, I'm really surprised the Texans made it that far, and they were at 9-8? I got to see this playoff bracket. How did the Texans get this far? Okay, well, they won the AFC South, which it looks like this year just was a bad division because I don't see any other teams that made the playoffs. They made the playoffs at 9-8. They beat the Bengals by 10. How did they beat the Chiefs by 11 and the Patriots by 21? Man, they must have a decent. They must have a good coach or something. I don't know. I don't know how that Dameon Pierce is their highest rated player at 89. Well, we're about the same as them in terms of overall rankings, but it's okay. Honestly, this Super Bowl could be a blowout if we jump on top of them early. Because I think we're just a more talented team. We're a better team. Let's go to yearly awards. Let's see if anybody got yearly awards this year from us. So Drew Allar won the MVP. He was a tough matchup for us in the divisional round, but okay. Maybe he's been, in the league for a few years, but I don't know. C.J. Stroud came in 4th, so that makes sense as to why the Texans are pretty good. Dak finished 8th in the MVP race. Coach of the Year and McCarthy finished 2nd behind Arthur Smith for Coach of the Year. So, all right then. Let's go to the NFC. Offensive Player of the Year went to Cooper Kupp. No love for any Cowboys. Defensive Player of the Year. Micah Parsons getting no love. That's done. So Drew won Offensive Rookie of the Year and MVP? Wow, he must be like a 90 overall quarterback already. So, wow. Offensive Rookie of the Year. No Cowboys in here. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Oh, Davison. He came in 5th. Okay. Best quarterback. Dak finished 8th. Best running back. Aaron Jones finished 5th. Best wide receiver. CeeDee finished 5th. What about any other receivers? CeeDee Lamb. Michael Gallup finished 10th. Best offensive lineman, Zach Martin. Okay, so we got one player that won an award this year. And Tyler Biadasz finished 9th. Okay. Best defensive lineman, nobody there. Best linebacker, Micah at 4th. Best DB, no Cowboys. Best kicker, Jake Elliott finished 6th. And that's it. So the only guy that won any award was Zach Martin for Best Lineman of the Year. Not surprising. I will see at the end of the season who retires because something tells me Zach Martin may retire, especially if we win the Super Bowl, because he'll retire at the top of his game. Okay, this is it. So, it's an all-text Super Bowl. We've won 6 Super Bowls, including the one that we won when I first started the rebuild in 2023. If we win this game, we've won the most Super Bowls of any team in NFL history. We can't come this far just to lose in Atlanta to our cross-state opponents. Let's make sure the uniforms are correct. All right. Good to go. Super Bowl Sunday. Not sure how much firepower the Texans have, but they must have a lot considering they've pulled two playoff upsets in the divisional round in the AFC Championship. So they're obviously a team that's well coached, and they have some good young talent, and they're just learning how to deal with success, but still. Well, here we are, Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta.
NFL football.
Super Bowl
60.
60. The big 6-0. Super Bowl 60. Let's get it. We're going up against C.J. Stroud and a very young, gunning Texans team. But we've got talent everywhere. We should be the favorites to win this game. I assume that we are. But we got to go out here and prove what we have.
Spot here for the defense. Let's see if they can step
And
up.
the Texans are already driving the football pretty well on us to start off this Super Bowl.
Back to the ground with Pierce.
Pierce.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Stroud out of the gun here. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Schultz.
Our former Cowboy Dalton Schultz gets down to the 2.
They're going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Stroud looking to throw.
Oh my goodness, he was so wide open.
Touchdown.
Oh man. Well, that's not a free start. So we're down by 6 early, or 7 early. Oh my gosh. No. Okay, we fought back a little bit, but we're still down by 7 in the second quarter with 3 minutes to go. We got a 3rd down and 1, and we need to pick this up because we're trying to keep pace with these guys right now, it looks like.
On 3rd down, here's Jones.
Here we go, Jones.
Oh, nice
Ooh,
move.
nice move. There we go.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Just what we need. 2nd down here.
Time to get
6
back
yards
into
to
the action.
go.
The football in the red zone for this
Really need too much
offense.
time
It's
for the
2nd
Texans to
down
do
at
something
6
with
yards
their
to
last
go.
offensive possession of the half.
And he'll go down here
Hopefully we
at
play
the
this
12-yard
right.
line.
Let's get a little bit of pace going here.
1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Prescott.
Oh my goodness. Oh, he caught it off the tip. Let's go. It's better to be lucky than good sometimes, especially in the Super Bowl. Inside zone. Aaron Jones, touchdown. Let's go. We got this game tied up again. All right, well, we are in a dogfight. The Texans are definitely playing pretty well right now, so. And we scored again to end the half. Let's go. And here come the Texans.
So a big 3rd down.
We got them to 3rd down and 5.
Trying to preserve a very slim lead in the 3rd quarter. Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
Get him. Sack him. Fumble. Get it. Let's go, D-Law. Let's go. Huge. Huge. Let's go. It's just what we need. Now we got to start establishing some distance.
A big play coming
up
for
by
this
7.
Defensive unit. They're down, but just by a bit on the scoreboard. Can they get this 3rd down stop in the 3rd quarter?
Just throw it away, Dak.
That's incomplete,
What's
but
that?
there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on.
What? I was outside of the... I was
Now,
outside.
If you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside.
I thought I was outside the pocket. All right, well, the Texans did score again, but we're knocking on the door. Got 2 minutes left in the 3rd. Let's pick up this 1st down on a 2nd down and 2. Nice job, Aaron Jones.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Gotta keep it moving.
A gain of 5,
Just gotta
good
keep it
enough for the
moving.
1st down. To throw is Prescott.
Oh my God, no!
The slant, and it's intercepted.
Oh,
Jordan Brooks with it. And the Texans are going to have it here at their own 9-yard.
oh my God, guys. Oh my God. Okay, well, fortunately
And
they
time
didn't score
winding
off the
down
turn.
here in this
Thank
4th
God.
quarter. This is a crucial spot. Let's see what the offense can do. They go back to the ground with Jones.
You know I'm running it a lot with Aaron Jones during these playoffs, but
no more than that.
the
Second
defenses
down.
have been playing very well. And it's been tough for me to find those windows for Dak to throw the football. Ferguson, let's go. Break that. Okay, he almost got into the end zone, but he got pretty close. Now we're in a first down and goal.
18 yards that time to push him up, first and goal.
All right, we got a little read option here, but I didn't read that right at all. But Dak is still able to fight his way into the end zone for 6. Big touchdown right there in the fourth. Let's go. Big touchdown by Dak there. All right. Well, we'll probably play most of the rest of this game. We got them down in first and 10. 2.5 minutes to go. We're up by 7. Ooh! I thought Schultz would fumble that ball. Yeah, Vander Esch, please talk to him. Y'all remember what it was like when you used to go against each other in practice? Y'all remember what it was like? Dalton Schultz, you thought you could leave us and get a Super Bowl of your own? No, sir. We're not going to let that happen.
On 2nd and 2. Stroud to throw it. Finding Pittman.
Shouldn't be talking to this man because C.J. Stroud is on a roll right now. He's played this Super Bowl for... How are you still up? Jeez. Well, I think our rookie cornerback is getting burned a little bit in these playoffs, needless to say. Pickett! Yes! Let's go! Patrick Peterson, the old veteran, coming through with the clutch pick. Oh my gosh, guys, that was huge. Patrick Peterson, we're going to get you a Super Bowl, sir. We're going to get you a Super Bowl. It was tipped by Vander Esch, and Patrick was right there for the interception. Beautiful. In the end, the defense comes through big in the fourth quarter. Now we just got to sit on the ball, run out the clock, and we'll be Super Bowl champions again.
We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
Go Aaron Jones, ice the game.
Getting this inside the 30.
Big time run right there.
The first of their timeouts. As
we're almost home, guys. We're almost home.
Over what to do next. We're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground.
Oh, he got away. Oh.
And he will have a Cowboys first.
They were coming after Jones on that play, but he was able to maneuver around and get that first. Had that burst of speed. Big time play there.
And they'll be disappointed.
Let's actually run it one more time to give us some more yardage and burn out the rest of this clock. They still have one timeout left.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
All right, so they burned their last timeout. So now I think we can do the only appropriate thing. The final curtain call. Dak, you've won 2 Super Bowls now. You've proven that you are a team, that you are a quarterback that can lead a team to not just one Super Bowl, but multiple championships. Despite all the critics saying he doesn't have a good arm, he's not a leader, he's an interception turnover machine, he can't do this, he can't do that. Well, he just led a team to 2 Super Bowls in 3 seasons. And Dak, take that knee, sir, and enjoy it.
Time for this one final knee to put a bow on this title bout.
I don't know why we did it, but we went to their final walkthrough for
We're not going to kick this field goal. We're showing proper sportsmanship. We're Super Bowl champions. And we have won the most Super Bowls of any team in the history of the NFL. You can now say the Dallas Cowboys are the best organization in sports. Rings count. 7 Super Bowls.
Getting to hoist that
7 championships.
You know, we've talked to
and Dak was responsible for 2 of them.
No better feeling in
and a lot of the guys that are on this team were there to help us win that first one back in 2023. So we made a few tweaks here and there with some guys, especially guys letting guys like Tony Pollard walk away. But you know what? It was still worth it because we were able to reshape the team. We were able to reload, and we were able to win another championship.
Forever.
So, gotta love it. Gotta love it. Just beautiful. This was a tough Super Bowl. The Texans, you know, they had been overachieving the whole playoffs, and they were overachieving in this Super Bowl for a long stretch. But we made the plays in the end to win this game. Dak played pretty good football outside of that interception that he threw. We played this game well. And Patrick Peterson is the MVP. 5 tackles, 1 interception. I'm a little bit surprised that they would give it to him outside instead of Dak or an offensive player. But it is what it is. The blue, white, silver confetti coming down. Aaron Jones, you've won your first world championship. Van Der Esch Lamb, you guys have 2. Dak, you have 2. Super Bowl champions. No one can ever take it away from you guys. No one's ever going to take it away. I take over for Jerry Jones, and I deliver 2 world championships. Oh, man, guys. This has been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun to do this. And I really love the fact that we had to rebuild to an extent. We missed the playoffs last year at 7-10, but we retooled. We got a lot of young players that struggled at times, but you know what? We're Super Bowl champions, and that's all that matters at the end. When you're the last team standing and you're lifting up the Lombardi Trophy, nothing else matters. It's not how you got there. It's how you finish. Let's upgrade players. Before we put a bow on all this, I want to see who retires from us this season, because something tells me guys like Zach Martin and maybe some other veteran players like Patrick Peterson just played their final game in the NFL. All right, well, let's go to the season recap and let's take a look here. Yes, 7-time Super Bowl champion Dallas Cowboys. The MVP was Patrick Peterson. And there's all the other awards off to the side. So despite the fact that the Cowboys didn't have anybody that won a yearly award, we won the award that matters the most, and that's the Lombardi Trophy. We beat the Texans 28-21 in the first ever all-Texas Super Bowl. The Texans are going to be a force to be reckoned with in this franchise for the rest of the time that they're in existence. So that's pretty big. A few weekly awards during the Super Bowl? I'm surprised they would do that. So Aaron Jones and Patrick Peterson won the awards. I don't really know why they're doing this because that was the only game that was played. So, yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and advance. We're not doing anything with staff week. Nobody's in jeopardy of losing their jobs after winning a championship. And also, I think getting Ron Rivera to be our new defensive coordinator, bringing him over from Washington. He's coached in a Super Bowl with the Panthers back in 2015. I think that provided a lot of extra help there. Let's go ahead and view retirements. Something tells me we're going to have a handful of guys retire from us. So Havenstein retired. Bob's retired. Tyron Smith retired. All right. Taylor Lewan retired. Let's go to us. Who retired? Kyle Van Noy retired. So we got him a Super Bowl ring. I think he might have won with New England, so he might have 2 Super Bowls now. Patrick Peterson retired, and Zach Martin retired after 12 seasons. All of you 3 gentlemen, well, Kyle Van Noy maybe, but Peterson, you won a Super Bowl to end your career, and you won the MVP of that Super Bowl. Peterson, thank you for helping us with going on the opposite of Trayvon Diggs as another good cornerback. Zach Martin, thank you for everything, and we'll see you in the Hall of Fame. Salute, sir. The best player on the Cowboys all throughout his 12 years. One of the best. One of the best linemen to ever play the game. So thank you. So Phil's staff. Do we have to hire a new coach? So we got to hire a new offensive coordinator. So even though we're kind of wrapping this up, let's go ahead and just do that. You know what? Actually, let's wait to do that after all the coaches are fired, because maybe we can pick up a former head coach to be our new offensive coordinator. Get a little freaky with it towards the end, if you know what I mean. Okay, well, I might play this like off camera now, but guys, this is essentially going to be the end of this Cowboys franchise. As much as I would like to continue on and maybe go for 3 Super Bowls, I've led the Cowboys now to the most Super Bowls of any team in the history of the NFL at 7. I don't know what else I really need to accomplish as the owner, general manager of the team who's been calling the shots ever since 2023. So this is essentially the end of this franchise, and this is going to kind of wrap up the live stream. Thank you all for all who's tuned in to all 6 episodes of this franchise. We had a good first year with winning the Super Bowl. We had a tough down year, but we come back and we win it with new players like Aaron Jones and Patrick Peterson. We got done what we had to get done. So the biggest thing is that we got Dak to win 2 championships with this team. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm done doing live streams that are relative to the Cowboys, because I mentioned in my Resident Evil Biohazard live stream that I'm considering doing something a little bit special with the Cowboys outside of doing this franchise that I'm doing right now. And it might include a player that they traded for after I started this franchise in real life. I'll let your mind wander a little bit, but I'm not going to do spoilers, and I don't know when I'll be doing that, but we'll see. Tomorrow, though, I will get back to the Arizona Cardinals rebuild because, believe me, we got a longer way to go with the Cardinals than we do with these Cowboys because we got a lot of things to think about. Is Kyler Murray our future, or are we going to have to get another quarterback? But that's going to be ready. But that's going to be something we'll do in the next video, which will be tomorrow. I had a long week of work this week. It was a good week and it was productive, but it was long and it really wore me out. So just really kind of looking to relax during my 2 days off as much as I can and just enjoy it. So anyway, thank you guys for checking out this live stream. I'll be back tomorrow with another one of the Arizona Cardinals rebuild live streams. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Take care.